Hi, this is your host Danny, and this is English Plus Podcast. Do you want to learn about devils and demons? Do you want to learn about them in Egyptian mythology, in Persian mythology, Judaism, Christianity and Islam, Hinduism and Buddhism, Chinese and Japanese mythology, African mythology? Do you want to learn about that? Do you want to learn about some of their stories and what they're called and all that? Then join me in this new Myths and Legends episode from English Plus Podcast. Welcome to a new episode from English Plus Podcast, where you get to learn English, business, culture, literature, and a lot more. Two things to remember: that you will always find extra practice on our website, EnglishPlusPodcast.com, and don't forget to support us on Patreon to help us keep our content free forever. And now, this is your host, Danny, and let's enjoy a new episode from English Plus Podcast. In myths, legends, and various religions, devils and demons are evil or harmful supernatural beings. Devils are generally regarded as the adversaries or the enemies of the gods, while the image of demons ranges from mischief makers to powerful destructive forces. In many religions, devils and demons stand on the opposite side of the cosmic balance from gods and angels. Although devils and demons have been pictured in many different ways, they are usually associated with darkness, danger, violence, and death. Some people, including many Christian writers, have used the terms devil and demon almost interchangeably. Although devils and demons sometimes seem to be closely related or even identical, they also appear in myth and religion as two quite different creatures. In most mythologies and religions, a devil is a leader or ruler among evil spirits, a being who acts in direct opposition to the gods. The general view is that devils are trying to destroy humans to tempt them into sinning or to turn them against their gods. Monotheistic religions, which recognize only a single supreme god, also often speak of one devil. Devils and gods may be opposites, but they are also usually linked in some way. Many religious and mythological explanations say that devils are related to the gods or that they are gods of evil. A demon is generally thought to be a harmful or evil spirit or supernatural being, sometimes a god or the offspring of a god. Demons may be the messengers, attendants, or servants of the devil. They are often monstrous in appearance, combining the features of different animals or of animals and humans. Demons are not always regarded as evil. The ancient Greeks spoke of a person's daimon or his or her personal spirit, guardian angel, or soul. In many cultures, demons were merely inhuman supernatural powers that could be evil or good at various times, depending on whether their actions harmed or helped people. Human witches, wizards, and sorcerers were thought to gain some of their abilities by summoning and controlling demons through magical practices. And now, let's talk about the major myths. We will start with Egyptian mythology and we will go all the way through Chinese, Japanese, African, and even in some of the major religions in the world. Devilish and demonic forces have taken many shapes and forms around the world. Frightening and dramatic stories and images of them have always had considerable appeal. And I'll start with Egyptian mythology. The devil could be seen in the evil god Set in ancient Egyptian mythology. Once a helpful god who ruled the kingdom of the blessed dead, Set's place in the Egyptian pantheon changed after he murdered his brother. Followers of the supreme god Horus conquered Set's followers, and the priests of Horus made Set the enemy of the other gods and the source of evil. The Egyptians believed in the existence of demons. One such demon was Nehebka, who appeared at times as a powerful earth spirit, a source of strength for the other gods. At other times, though, he was a menacing monster, a serpent with human arms and legs who threatened the souls of the dead. Like many demons, Nehebka had more than one role. And now let's talk about devils and demons in Persian mythology. In the mythology of Persia, now known as Iran, two opposing powers struggled for control of the universe. Ahura Mazda was the god of goodness and order, while his twin brother Ahriman was the god of evil and chaos. The Zoroastrian religion that developed in Persia pictured the world in terms of tension between opposites: God, Ahura Mazda, and the devil, Ahriman; light and darkness; health and illness; life and death. Ahriman ruled demons called devas that represented death, violence, and other negative forces. And now let's talk about devils and demons in Judaism and Christianity. Hebrew or Jewish tradition, later adopted by Christians, called the devil Satan, which means adversary. Satan took on qualities of Ahriman, becoming the prince of evil, lies, and darkness. Jewish tradition also includes a female demon known as Lilith. Said to be the first wife of Adam, Lilith was cast out when she refused to obey her husband and was replaced by Eve. In Christian belief, the devil came to be seen as a fallen angel who chose to become evil rather than worship God. Satan rules the demons in hell, the place of punishment and despair. In the Middle Ages, some Christians believed that a separate devil or a separate aspect of the devil existed for each of the 7 deadly sins. In their view, Lucifer represented pride, Mammon greed, Asmodeus lust, Satan anger, Beelzebub gluttony, Leviathan envy, and Belphegor sloth. The common image of the devil in Western culture is drawn from many sources. The devil's pointed ears, wings, and sharp protruding teeth resemble those of Charu, the underworld demon of the Etruscans of ancient Italy. The devil's tails, horns, and hooves are like those of satyrs and other animal gods of ancient Greece. And in case you're wondering what satyrs are and about animals in mythology, last week we talked about animals in mythology, so go ahead and check this episode if you're interested in learning more about animals in mythology. But now let's continue with the common image of the devil in Western culture. So we said the tails, the horns, the hoofs are like satyrs and other animal gods of Greece, and Cernunnos, the ancient Celtic lord of the hunt. The trident he is often shown brandishing is similar to those carried by the Greek gods Poseidon, god of the sea, and Hades, lord of the underworld. The Hindu god Shiva, who represents the powers of destruction, also carries a trident. The devil sometimes appears in other forms, such as a winged snake or dragon. And now, let's talk about devils and demons in Islam. In the Muslim religion of Islam, which shares many elements of Jewish and Christian tradition, the devil is called Iblis or Shaitan. Like Satan, he is a fallen angel. He commands an army of ugly demons called Shayateen who tempt humans to sin. The Shayateen belong to a class of supernatural beings called Jinni. Some Jinni are helpful or neutral toward the human world, but those who do not believe in God are evil. And now let's talk about devils and demons in Hinduism and Buddhism. In the earliest form of Hinduism in India, the gods were sometimes called Asuras. But as the religion developed, the Asuras came to be seen as demons who battled the gods. Another group of demons, the Rakshasas, served the demon king Ravana. Some were beautiful, but others were monstrous or hideously deformed. One demon, Hayagriva, was a huge and powerful enemy of the gods whose troublemaking constantly threatened to overturn the cosmic order. The Buddhist religion incorporated many elements of Hinduism, including the demon Hayagriva. It turned the Hindu demon Namuchi into Mara, the evil one who tempts people with desires and deceives them with illusions. Mara tried to tempt the Buddha. He failed, but he still tries to keep others from reaching enlightenment. And now let's talk about devils and demons in Chinese and Japanese mythology. Although traditional Chinese and Japanese religions did not recognize a single powerful devil, they had demons. In Chinese legends, the souls of the dead become either Shen, good spirits who join the gods, or Gui, malevolent ghosts or demons who wander the earth, usually because their descendants do not offer them the proper funeral ceremonies. Japanese mythology includes stories about demons called oni, generally portrayed with square horned heads, sharp teeth and claws, and sometimes 3 eyes. Oni may have the size and strength of giants. Although these demons are cruel and mischievous, some tales tell of oni who change their ways and become Buddhist monks. And now let's talk about devils and demons in African mythology. The Bush people of southern Africa say that Gauna, the ruler of the underworld, is the enemy of Kagn, the god who created the world. Gauna visits the earth to cause trouble in human society and to seize people to take the realm of the dead. He also sends the souls of the dead to haunt their living family members. Now we talked about devils and demons in different mythologies and religions. Let's talk about devils and demons in context. The spread of religions has had an interesting effect on demons in world mythology. When one religion replaces another, the gods of the former religion may become demons in the new faith. For example, as Islam spread through West Africa, Central Asia, and Indonesia, some local deities did not disappear but were transformed into demons within a universe governed by the God of Islam. Similarly, as Christianity spread through Europe and the Eastern Mediterranean area, local gods and goddesses were adapted. The ancient Celtic god of the hunt, Cernunnos, for example, who had the body of a man and a great stag's head, may even have been the basis of the traditional Christian image of a devil as a man with horns. Now, what about devils and demons in art, literature, and everyday life? Let's talk about that. Devils and demons were frequently depicted as grotesque figures in ancient and medieval art. More recently, some of the most recognizable traits of devils and demons, such as red skin, pointed tails, and horns, have been incorporated into pop art imagery. Devils and other demonic imagery are commonly associated with certain types of music, such as heavy metal. Devils and demons are also common in horror films and comic books, such as the Vertigo Comics series Hellblazer. The Dark Horse Comics character Hellboy spawned a movie, Hellboy, in 2004. The devil appears frequently in films as a character. Both Peter Cook and Tim Curry have played the devil in movies, Cook in the 1967 comedy Bedazzled and Curry in the movie Legend in 1985. In the realm of technology, the daimons of ancient Greece have given rise to daemons of computer programming. Like the helpful household spirits of ancient Greece, daemons are processes that run in the background of a computer operating system and perform mundane tasks for the user, such as responding to network requests. The idea of daemons as souls, not evil creatures, plays a prominent part in Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials trilogy, published between 1995 and 2000, in which some characters have animal-formed daemons that live with them and cannot be separated from them without dire consequences. The Demonata No. 1, Lord Lost by Darren Shan in 2006 is the first book in the Demonata series of horror novels for young adults. It is about a boy whose family is killed by a demon and who narrowly escapes death himself. After he goes to live with his uncle Dervish, he discovers dark secrets about his family and the supernatural world that exists around him. And of course, that is just to name a few. The devils and demons are everywhere in literature, all around the world, and they have been like that for a lot of years. But as we just tried to scratch the surface, they were there in different names, different descriptions, different shapes, etc. But this idea of an evil force always opposing the force of good has been around forever. So that was everything I wanted to share with you in this episode. I hope you found the information useful and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to go to our website, EnglishPlusPodcast.com. You will find a lot more content there, and also consider supporting English Plus by becoming a patron on Patreon. You will find the links in the description. Now, that being said, this is your host, Danny. I would like to thank you very much for listening to another episode from English Plus Podcast. I will see you next time.